Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? You know, I was doing great for the most part, and then guess what happened? I watched JayTech stream and it completely ruined everything. My girlfriend left me, my dog died, my parents kicked me out. No, I'm kidding. But my brain was severely damaged, and now I'm here to share that brain damage with all of you. Mainly because I think it'll be very entertaining. Now, of course, as you could probably tell by the title and thumbnail, we're gonna be talking about Jay defending Sony over the whole PSN requirement for Helldivers situation. Because here's the thing, I've said it in a previous video before, but this whole drama really did expose who was a fanboy and who was a corporate bootlicker. And let me tell you, a lot of PlayStation fanboys actually called Sony out on this nonsense. So they're not all bad. I mean, even the Red Dragon and Reforge and MBG, even those guys called out Sony. So, I mean, props to them. However, Jay, in his infinite hatred for PC gamers, decided, you know what, I'm defending them on this. And I'm gonna explain why this should have gone through and how this is all the fault of PC gamers. So just know you have been warned ahead of time. I am not responsible for any brain damage taken from this point onward. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this.
Now, so he's confirming it was his decision to disable account linking, but he knew that the players knew, and there were disclaimers that you needed a PSN account, but they did not remind PC fans enough. Because they thought that they were all fucking adults and they would fucking read.
It's been what, like 20 or 30 seconds and we're already off to a terrible start. Apparently, PC gamers were supposed to know about the account requirement because Sony put a little disclaimer in the legal section of the game on Steam saying that you would need a PSN account months later. Yes, of course, PC gamers were not adults. We don't know how to read. Because as we all know, everybody reads a legal agreement completely through before you hit accept, right? I mean, personally, I love just sitting down for a couple hours and reading all 100 pages of the Apple agreement whenever I have to update my phone. Like, Jay, you cannot honestly tell me that when you bought and installed Helldivers 2, you read through the entire legal agreement before you hit accept. No, I already know you just scrolled straight to the bottom and hit accept. This is like that Family Guy bit where Quagmire accepted the legal agreement from Apple, and then an Apple agent came in and like punched him in the balls or like hit him with a baseball bat. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it's like that is complete BS. And I cannot believe you as a consumer are unironically defending this. Oh, well, PC gamers didn't read the legal agreements like adults. Like, dude, shut the hell up. This level of shilling is bad even for you.
But they didn't. Going to the next part of the paragraph, he says, we knew for about 6 months before launch that it would be mandatory for online PlayStation titles. So 6 months before they launched Helldivers, they already knew that connecting the PlayStation Network account on PC was going to be mandatory for PlayStation titles.
Yes, the developer said on Twitter that the devs and Sony knew 6 months before the game launched that PSN would be required on PC. The consumers did not know. PlayStation and Arrowhead knew. Keep that in mind. And on top of that, if you went to Sony's FAQ about Helldivers 2 on PC, it said in the FAQ that a PSN account was optional. After they got all the backlash, they changed it to say required so they wouldn't look bad. Just a little fun fact for you.
So he's basically confirming what I've already said. They knew. The PC fans knew. There were disclaimers on Steam. There were disclaimers in the PlayStation official trailers. We all knew. They knew too. They just kept thinking, oh, the PlayStation Network disclaimer is only for PlayStation gamers that have PlayStation Plus. But in reality, they were telling you, you needed a PlayStation Network account as well. You may not pay for Plus, but you needed an account. So they knew. Everyone knew.
So remember how I just said to keep in mind only the devs and Sony knew? Yeah, this is why. Dude, again, PC gamers did not know. And no, putting a little disclaimer at the bottom of the end of your trailer or a disclaimer in the legal agreement for the game does not count as a reminder. That is complete BS. And on top of that, when you logged into the game, it said that a PSN account was optional. And again, the FAQ said it was optional. It's complete balagna. And yes, I know it's pronounced baloney. I'm gonna put this in the most PG PG way I possibly can. I cannot imagine getting on your hands and knees for a corporation this much. Even X-Vault himself agreed that it was BS that the only disclaimers were in the legal agreements. X-Vault, one of the biggest ponies out there, agreed that that was BS. And you want to sit here and tell me you unironically think PC Gamer should have read the legal? Like, you cannot be for real. I swear to God, he has to be trolling. There is no possible way he's serious.
There it is. They can't be bitching about they didn't know. Like I said, if they keep carrying on, take from them. Stop putting games on there. Make them wait longer.
Well, funny enough, the opposite is happening. We're getting games sooner, and they're putting more and more games on PC. No matter how hard you try to deny the revenue, the sales, whatever, the facts are still there. PC has been very successful for Sony, and it's only getting more successful. And honestly, one of the biggest reasons they had to backtrack this decision was because of how big Helldivers is on PC, and how successful it's been, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Viper Reaps Corner with the first super chat of the stream, 199. You said Helldivers 2 dropped on February 8th. Yeah. And the development knew that it was going to require them to have PlayStation Network accounts on PC 6 months in advance. And they made sure that they reminded people in the trailers. They reminded people on Steam. It's on the Steam page. But they disabled the account linking at launch so that players could play the game.
If you honestly count like 5-point font at the end of a trailer or in the legal agreement for the game as a reminder, you are truly an extremely depressing individual. This is like if I was gonna tell my roommate I was moving out, and so to do it, I wrote on a little slip of paper, folded it up, and then shoved it under his bed. And then he never saw it and was surprised when I moved out like a week later. Like, is that really fair to you? Does that honestly sound like a fair situation? Be 100% honest with me. No, it doesn't. I didn't think so. And then also keep in mind how at the end there he said they disabled account linking at launch so more people could play the game sooner. Lock it in your head. That's going to be important soon.
But that's my only problem with it. I don't think they should have been nice to the PC community, because this is one of the reasons why your game is getting leaked all the time. Your game got data mined. Your game is getting hacked. People are giving out vehicles in the game to console gamers that you don't even have that update official yet, and we got that like month or two ago. So there's a reason why all this bullshit's happening when it comes to like not being able to keep secrets about content, because you thought it was a good idea to disable the account linking. If you had that type of DRM protection in there, it would stop anybody trying to tinker with your fucking game.
Okay, first of all, why are you so against leaks? This might be controversial what I'm about to say, but honestly, I feel like leaks help build up hype. Because it's like, oh, will this be announced in the future? Is it true? Is it false? Ooh, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. And second of all, they already have extremely strict DRM on the game. We've talked about it before, but they have a kernel level anti-cheat on the game. The only thing a PSN account would do, as far as I'm aware, is boost the PSN player numbers. Hence why they put the game out. If they truly cared that much about quote-unquote extra DRM or whatever, they would have waited. And also, oh no, it got data mined so people can use the vehicles a bit earlier than when they come into the game. What a terrible thing. This will truly destroy Sony as a company. Like, dude, are you listening to yourself honestly? And of course he's gonna say, oh, they shouldn't have been nice. Hey buddy, they're not being nice to us. They tried to screw us over, so we fought back and they couldn't ignore it. This is not Sony being nice to PC gamers. This is them trying not to lose a majority of their player base and a large amount of money they made off the game.
But like, I don't understand PC devs, and I don't understand devs that like PC gamers. You may like them, but they don't fucking care, bro. They're still gonna pirate your game. They're gonna hack your shit. They're gonna data mine your stuff. They're gonna mod your stuff, even if you want them to play the game as is. They don't care, man.
Yeah, and guess what? Not only do they not care about us as well, unless it affects their bottom line, they don't care that we don't care about them. Because at the end of the day, we give them money, and that's what they want. Also, you said at the beginning, I don't understand PC devs. Yeah, Jay, I don't think you understand a lot of things, but whatever. Like, you don't understand that most PC gamers don't pirate games, and that's why people keep putting their games on PC. Because they make money. How is this so hard to understand? The copium is so strong, it's like blocking all logic receptors in his brain. Also, what exactly is wrong with modding games? Like, the only devs I can think of that have a problem with that are Nintendo. Don't tell me Jay is anti-mods now, dude. Mods are a great thing. They extend the lifespan of the game. They encourage people to get creative. In fact, as I'm recording this, a Star Wars mod was released for Helldivers 2. So you're like flying in the Star Destroyers and you get to play as like clone troopers and stuff. How is this a problem? This is awesome. Jay, you said you don't get it. I don't get you, man. I can't imagine hating a platform this much that you're demanding the company you worship make less money because you're concerned about the game getting modded and pirated by a few people. It's so pathetic.
You do something nice for them, they don't care. They don't care, man. This should be a lesson to all devs. Do what you need to do to protect your fucking game, bro. Don't think that being nice to these guys is gonna, you know, they gonna end up not pirating your shit or stealing from you or leaking your stuff, man. No, bro. Just do what you need to do to protect your own investment, man.
I've said it a million times and I'll say it one more time. If piracy is as big of an issue as you're making it out to be, then why don't devs get much stricter with the DRM? It's almost like not that many people pirate games. I know this is probably earth-shattering for you, but it's true. Devs don't need to put all this DRM and all that crap on top of their games because as long as it's a good game, PC gamers will buy it. Again, look at Elden Ring and Cyberpunk. Those games sold best on PC, and as far as I'm aware, they have like little to no DRM. And also, it's weird to me that we're talking about piracy all of a sudden with Helldivers, because in a previous video I made on you, you said PC gamers weren't pirating Helldivers because we like shooter games, and also since it's online, it's harder to pirate. But now all of a sudden, piracy is a major concern for this game? Yeah, sure, dude. It's almost like you're just making stuff up because you hate PC gamers that much. And also doing the bare minimum and not forcing us to sign into an account several months after a game came out and restricting it from certain regions. That's not them being nice to us. That's called they tried to screw us over, so we fought back.
Like that, it makes absolutely no fucking sense when you think about the first part of the paragraph. Like he's trying to help them out. Like the fuck? Like they already don't have to pay for PlayStation Plus. Like why are you helping them out even more, bro? Goodness.
Why are the devs trying to help? Because they know this movie's complete BS and even they were against it. Hell, who was it? I think like the communication manager, the community manager, whoever. Whatever, somebody high up at Arrowhead got fired for encouraging PC gamers to revolt. And why? Because Arrowhead knew this was a bad idea and they know that most of the Helldivers players are on PC. Why would you want to go against and piss off the majority of your player base? I don't care if the game was published by Sony and the only console it's on his PlayStation. PC is carrying the game. They're not trying to lose most of their player base because of a decision their publisher made. This is like saying, oh, why would Sony do something good for PlayStation gamers? They already give you their games day one. Shouldn't that be enough? Like, you see what I mean? This is so stupid.
At the end of the day, this is a disaster. And one thing I will say is that Sony needs more. This is why Sony needs to acquire Arrowhead. Because they're thinking like a PC developer that's buddy-buddy with the PC community. You should not be thinking that way.
They are.
Yeah, I know they are, but they don't need to think that way anymore. Sony needs to acquire them, and they need to take full control.
I think I speak for everybody when I say absolutely not. In fact, I hope Arrowhead can get the Helldivers IP back from Sony and then go fully independent. The only big hiccup this game has had recently was because of Sony. And this is such backwards ass logic. Imagine saying Sony needs to buy Arrowhead because they do what's right for their customers. They try to do good for their customers. Just imagine saying that. Oh yeah, you know, Sony, you better buy Arrowhead. They're being too good to to their customers. We can't have corporations being good, right? All of them should be evil and hate their customers. Like, at some point along the line, JayTech just completely lost the plot. I don't know exactly when it was, but when this dude dies, they need to study his brain, honestly. I would not be surprised if it's flipped upside down in his skull. That is, if there even is anything left in there. I mean, you guys can see in the footage, I'm fighting the automatons right now. I feel like Jay is one of them. He's a robot sent to Earth with one purpose: shill Sony at all costs. Like, seriously, let's ignore the fact that Helldivers 2 is one of the most successful PlayStation games ever made in just a few months. And let's ignore the fact that PC is carrying the game. You know what, Sony? You have to buy Arrowhead so that you can ruin everything. Am I even awake right now? Like, this doesn't feel real. I even covered this yesterday on stream and it still doesn't feel real. This almost feels like a South Park episode where they would, like, extremify something to make it seem 100 times worse than it actually is, but, like, you know, to get their point across.
Because this shit should never happen again. Putting your games on PC is a guarantee that your shit's gonna get pirated. If you can protect, you know, that investment from not going down the drain by piracy, then do what you need to do. If you need to have a, what is this, account linking situation that will protect your game from being pirated, make it more difficult for the PC community, do it. Do it. Why not?
I swear to God, I'm playing the clip. That's it. Say it, Omni-Man.
Think, Mark!
Dude, I implore you, slow down and use your brain for 5 seconds. A PSN account requirement would not stop piracy, which is why they didn't go through with it. Don't buy their whole, oh, this is for security reasons BS. This was so they could boost PSN numbers. That's it. If devs truly did need to protect their games this much, they would. But guess what? They don't. Why? Because PC gamers, for the most part, buy their games. And for that same reason, Sony did not require the account linking at launch. It was simply for a PSN numbers boost. And again, they already have an extremely strict anti-cheat and DRM in the game. I've said it a lot before, but I would love to see Jay, just for like a week or a day or something, run Sony and just see how absolutely horribly it would go.
Yeah, Lucci, exactly. They're learning the hard way that the PC fans are not your fucking friends. You notice that we're not doing this on our console? Like, I still have access to the game. I'm not gonna delete the game. You know? The game's still on my hard drive. That was the last game I checked into, besides Stellar Blade.
Imagine admitting to and taking pride in the fact that you're such a pushover and a bootlicker, that you think you're a company's friend and you don't fight against them at all, no matter what. This is exactly why things like the PS Plus price increase happens, because you guys do not push back at all. The most you'll do is angrily tweet about it or make YouTube videos about it, but you'll never actually hit them in the wallet. And did you see the smile on his face when he said that? He is unironically proud of that. Honestly, I'm not even angry. I'm just depressed at this point. I'm like everybody's parent at some point in their lives. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. This is legitimately sad to watch. This guy actually thinks he's friends with Sony because he doesn't fight back against them when they try to screw him over. Honestly, though, I can't even feel bad because he's doing it to himself.
The game's still on my hard drive. It's not going anywhere. 215 hours in. It's not going anywhere. I completed the game. 100% got the platinum in February. You know, what is it, February? Yeah, the end of February, I got the platinum. At the beginning of towards the beginning of the month, the game came out. You know, and still went on to play the game multiple hours after receiving the platinum. So, long story short, most of these dudes don't even got the platinum. And if they or 100% the game on PC, and if they do,
I know that was a weird place to cut him off, but just trust me. Let me cook, as the kids say. But in all seriousness, once again, Jay's favorite argument besides piracy is the platinum trophy argument. If you don't have the platinum trophy, you don't deserve the game. Which is funny that he would say that, and it's very funny that he would say, oh, most PC guys don't have the platinum. When if you look at what Jay just showed on the screen, which was the platinum and the completion rate, only 1.8% of people on PS5 have the Helldivers 2 platinum. So I really don't understand why you're trying to knock PC gamers for mostly not having the platinum. It's a pretty difficult one to get. And plus, most PlayStation players don't even have it. So, I mean, what was even the point of bringing that up? Either way, let me quickly show you why I paused right there. Roll the clip.
They definitely shouldn't get their money back. Because if you spent that amount of time on the game to 100% complete it, you should not get your money back. And I don't know what the deal is with the Steam refunds. We gonna find out hopefully this week. But bro, if they giving back Sony's money, bro, there's a problem there.
Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna walk away in a second. I want to be done with this video. Okay, well, that's an exaggeration, but still, you cannot be serious. This is how much of a bootlicker and a shill this guy is. He's saying that PC gamers should not get their money back, despite the fact that they tried to add in a BS requirement months later, which would have prevented almost every country in the world from being able to play the game. You cannot make this up. Hey, you spent 200 hours in the game, but it's being taken away from you for no reason? Shut up, you crybabies. You don't deserve your money back. Jay, like, has to work for PlayStation. He must work in their PR department or something. There's no way he does this for free. He has to be getting a check every month. And it only gets worse. Just look at the next clip.
Well, all I'm gonna say, man, at the end of the day, just stop putting your shit on PC. You don't have to worry about Steam taking 30%. You don't have to worry about PC fans crying about every little thing. Because they truly do. If your game is not the perfect port, they're bitching and moaning.
Yeah, guys, you know, PC gamers, they just cry over everything. If a port is absolutely terrible and it's basically ripping you off for your money and you complain about that, you're just a crybaby. How dare you want the best product for your money? And also, how dare you not want to be forced into signing into an account months later after you've already bought a game? Just shut up, you crybabies. Also, Steam does not take 30%. I believe they start at 20%, and then the more your game sells, the less they take. And on top of that, you do realize Sony is still getting 80% plus of that money. And if they had such a problem with that, they either wouldn't put the game on PC or they would make their own launcher so they could get 100% of the revenue. I don't understand what is so hard to understand about this. Someone please explain it to me. Then again, I don't think anybody of sound mind could. If there's any ponies watching this video, please explain it to me. All right, thankfully we're almost done. Thank God. Let's finish up this garbage.
Let me go see what's going on. Helldivers 2, how to refund war bonds and items. Yeah, you see, like, PC fans are scammers, bro. Look at that. They're trying to teach other people 10 days ago how to get your money back for spending microtransactions after buying said item in the game to unlock it. It's just, bro, you got, like, for real, you can't make this up, bro. You cannot make this shit up. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, bro. They're fucking cheapskates. Goodness.
Yeah, they're trying to scam Sony. They're trying to scam Sony.
Goodness, bro.
How is wanting a refund for something that got ruined being a cheapskate? I don't understand. Them trying to force us to link accounts, that was a scam. Us trying to get our money back to send a message, that is not a scam. You say you can't make this up. Honestly, I feel the same way, just not for the same reason. And also, this is a genuine question. How are PC gamers cheapskates? Gaming PCs can cost thousands of dollars, so how exactly are we the cheapskates? You're the one who bought a $400 or $500 console. But again, you know what? You're right, Jay. You really can't make this up. I 100% agree. But either way, we're finally done. Thank God. I am suffering right now. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but my mental state is not okay after watching that. So I'm gonna go cope and play some Helldivers 2. And the best part is I won't even have to sign into an account. But anyway, in all seriousness, that's gonna do it for this video. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate you. And I also really appreciate the over 100 people we had watching concurrently yesterday on stream. Seriously, guys, I missed a week of streaming, came back, and had even more viewers. Like, you guys are genuinely the best, and I can't thank you enough for that. So, yeah, I guess with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more. Join us every Friday night for Salt streams at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I will catch you all next time.